Yeah, it'd be so many people in my comments like, you don't think there are good people in Congress? You don't think there are good people in the government who are trying to do the right thing, who are going to save us? And here's what I want you to think about. I think there are good people in the government or good people in Congress or good people at any level of government in the same way I think there are good teachers and good police officers. Are there good, people who decide to sign up for these jobs? Absolutely. Are there competent people who decide to sign up for these jobs? Absolutely. Are there good and competent people who decide to sign up for people who hold both of those things? Yes, but they are far and few in between. The problem isn't that you don't have good individual people. The problem is that there is not a system in place to support good and competent people who want to do those jobs. And so what I mean by that is that if you are someone who's like, let's say me, let's use me as an example. I've actually been told by people in my city I could write my ticket. I could be mayor, I could be judge, so let's say me. I get elected to office. The problem is that when you get elected to office as an individual, once you're in office, you're not functioning as an individual. Except for very few circumstances, you are not functioning as an individual. You are functioning as a piece of a system. You are a piece of a system. And there are many different pieces in this system. Many of the pieces are not starting from the same departure point. Some of the pieces have a good grasp on history and a good grasp on the issues that are most affecting their constituents. Some pieces have no fucking clue. They there because of nepotism. They there because they were able to rouse a particular demographic to vote for them. They are not there because they know what they're doing. They are not there because they are interested in being effective. And because you have such a wide variety of people who are involved in these systems, a wide variety of pieces, it is incredibly hard to build consensus. And this has become increasingly true as our worlds have become more polarized and as our educational standards have increasingly declined. Most adults can't read over a 10th grade level. Many people can't even read at a 10th grade level. We have consistently been defunding education, even our college education. Like, as somebody who teaches in graduate and professional schools, I'm constantly asking, I don't even know what grades mean anymore. I'm not even sure what they're supposed to show. Somebody can master the class, turn their paper in late and get a B. Somebody else can barely fucking string together sentences and get a C plus, a C minus. Like and there'd be no way for you as an employer or you as a voter to know that the B was for timeliness, not mastery. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, there's a wide range of starting points. There's a wide range of interests. And once you get in there as a good person and realize that you are not going to be able to effectuate change because you not only have to change the thing that you're trying to change, you have to change the minds and the wills of a wide range of people, some of whom are not actually interested in getting the right answer. They're there to, as we say, feed their base red meat. They're there to keep people roused up. They're there because some other puppeteer is pulling the strings. They're there for their own personal interest. And this is what I'm saying. This is not a couple people. This is the majority of people. They are either there for their own interest, they are there to keep their base roused, or they are there for someone else's interest with deep pockets. That is the majority of people. Even if you don't start off that way, maybe you start off in earnest, really trying to do good things, but you eventually and very quickly realize there are not enough people in here to build consensus. There are not enough intelligent people. There are not enough people invested in getting this right. There are too many divergent interests here. And eventually you will be approached by a divergent interest. And after having tried and either been smacked down or been unsuccessful, or the thing that you thought was going to be effective has been watered down and diluted so much that now it can't be, you become tired. And so if someone approaches you with a hefty paycheck for you to do very little, and you realize very little, like as in I can just vote for this thing and I can be handsomely paid, and I might as well, because even when I don't vote for these things, even when I oppose them, even when I marshal all the faculties at my disposal to get something done, I still can't be effective because of all of these systemic pieces that are in place around me, that have been in place, that were put in place before I could even get here, to make sure that somebody like me can't come in and topple this whole shit. So you end up spending and exerting so much energy trying to fight against the existing system, trying to marshal the people in you. And that's a whole lot of marshal. You ain't just got to convince them. You got to educate them. You got to reassure them, because now they scared they're going to piss off the wrong stakeholder group, right? You've spent so much energy doing that bullshit that you cannot be effective. And if you're not effective, you might not even be reelected. If a smear campaign, because you done pissed off the wrong, you see what I'm saying? So anyway, I just want y'all to really think, there are so many layers of insulation that keeps the system functioning as it is. The idea that we can get people in there to fundamentally change the system, we would have to completely overhaul the whole system, change most of the people in there. And that's just not how the system works. That would be first. And second thing is, even once we got new people in there, we would need to completely restructure the mechanisms. We would need to completely re-examine qualified immunity and fucking the filibuster and all the shit. All the shit that works to our detriment. And that's why there are some people with lifetime appointments. That's why there are people who run unopposed. That's why they redraw the districts to make sure that, you see what I'm saying? There are so many built-in constraints to make sure that people do not get in and upend the interests that have been controlling capital and white supremacy, that have been controlling this. So anyway, I hear y'all when y'all like, but this person and this young person promises so much hope, and people like you could blah, blah, blah. And I know y'all mean that earnestly, and I wish that were true. But the reality is just that the system is working how it was designed.